Alright guys, here we are. It's a few days before auction day at my local auction. I'm over here looking at this truck because it is the sister to the truck I own. Because it's pretty rare you see this boom configuration with the jib, no auger on these line trucks for the power company. It is an 07. Tires are in good shape, a little rusty. I already tried to start it. It is dead as a doornail. Let's see, what do they got up here? Goofy. Got some locks. Don't need. Mine's rusted out there too. This one's rusted on both sides, a little worse. Got the jib. Winch line's not as good, but hey, their jib's not broken. I got a video on, actually take that back. Got a nest in there of some kind. And it's had something happen to it right there. But got some cracking around the end point. So I'd say she's had a pretty good load. That the prime example of what's wrong with my jib. When you suck it back in, if you don't have it extended out, it'll snag a hook or hoop. Might be asking, why do I want another crane? Well, this one's got the radio remote on it. Mine does not. So I would like to have the radio remote. Basically, I'm gonna buy it if it's cheap enough and either keep this truck or take the radio remote and put it on my truck. So, one option. There's a couple other line trucks here though, so we're gonna take a look at them. Because this is a 42 footer, 8 foot of jib, get you 50 foot sheave. No auger. The chassis is nice, but the bed's rough. I don't know why anybody would even buy a little baby boom like this. I think it's 42 footer. It's a jib. This I think is a 47. Not really interested in it because it doesn't have the radio remote, I don't believe. It is a ride-on. Let's see, DM45, so 45 footer. Technically rated at 26,000, but that's so close you couldn't really pick anything. All the way out, straight out, 1880. And realistically, say at 45, you can pick just under 4,000. 58, you can pick about 5,000. So not a bad boom. Winch line's not new. That's the one I'm interested in too. Pretty sure that one has a remote. Looks like the cab is busted in for some reason. Let's see, not a whole lot, a lot of pickups. A lot of little Chinese mini excavators everywhere. And that bucket truck rolled over. So, interesting little auction here. All-Tech DM. Let's see here. This one ain't in horrible shape. International DT466. Or bad trucks, auto. I think it's got 136 thou on it. It sucks back. The pole tongs wouldn't be bad. Looking at that, to that, this does have this where you can actually push that up against a pole but I'm pretty sure I could still put that jib mount on this one, so I could go to a 45 with an 8-foot jib, which for 3 feet, I'm not going to say it's worth it. Now this thing is a Pitman P50-2. You do not see these very often. Hell, this is the only one I've ever seen, but it does have a fiberglass body on it. And it's, sorry guys, and it's full of material. This thing just came off a job straight to the auction. Which kind of sucks for me, because that will make it go higher. These companies that want to put this stuff straight to work, having material on it isn't a bad thing. Let's get up here. So let's see if we can make this one work, I guess. What's in here? More material. Fiberglass busting open on the corner. It's hard to do one-handed. Huh. Interesting. Another 466. A little bit of, somebody had a boo-boo. This is on the bigger chassis. Still two-wheel drive. All right, I'm about to put you guys down for a minute. Latches are a pain sometimes. This hood's heavier. Dark. Wouldn't say it's been real well maintained. We'll see if it'll start. Coolant's a little low. No juice. Let's check that battery box. Turn the disconnect. My goodness, somebody's sitting up high in this thing. Let that one build air. Alright, time to get out of here. I could not get the boom on that thing to work. This one's got a radio but no remote. It's 4 o'clock. This place is about to close up. I gotta get out of here. Alright guys, here we are. Another auction in the books. We bought the identical truck that we already have. Put papers in there. I'm gonna leave my pickup here. Because when I came up the other day, this thing would not start. So I don't think the batteries are in great shape. Not surprised though. Get everything important out of my truck. This is the reason we bought this truck. It did go a little bit more expensive than the other one. I think the other one we paid $7,500. I bid more than I wanted to on this one. I went to 11, but I got it at 11. I wouldn't have went a penny higher probably, but it's rusty. But for somebody doing tree work, pretty good little truck. Lights and everything work. Got good air. I had a tractor ABS light on for a bit, but that went away. Everything seems to be in good shape, making decent oil pressure. Idling. 11,000 miles. And about, let's see, double check here. Trip. Doesn't want to give me, I think it's about 9,000 hours in this thing though. So we're going to try to get her home. There is not a ton of people here. I probably better lock my truck too before I forget. Get on YouTube and get forgetful. Okay guys, which one did I bring home? Did I bring home this one? Or did I bring home this one? If you watch the channel closely and seen some of the last videos, you might can tell, but you might not, because these two trucks are basically identical, same year, came from the same company. They're both ex-Ameren trucks. If you got real good attention for detail, you'll notice that that one's missing the jib, the one we're working on right now. And this one has extra stuff on the side of the boom. This one doesn't. The boom's clean on both sides. This one looks a little rustier. This one looks less rusty. So put your thoughts in the comments. Let me know which one you think I brought home, if you've watched the channel or even gone through some of my old videos. But I'll let you know it's this one here on the left. Main reason I bought it is for the radio remote from All Tech Used. That is a $10,000 radio remote. Crazy. It's one of those real nice to have features, but it's not that nice. So this truck looks like it's in pretty good shape. The cab rattles horribly. I mean, the cab is just the noisiest, loudest, which they've got crap everywhere. Again, they just left the radio shit hanging. You got this thing hanging here, flopping around, these things bouncing around. So I'm gonna pull all that crap out, and I think that'll do better. Truck seemed to run good. It does have some different intricacies. I had to fire the bucket up and move it to even be able to put them side by side, because that one won't start now. Just the batteries are weak. When I bought it a year ago, the batteries were down. I took a long time to get it jumped off to even get it home, but by the time I got it home, the batteries had built up, and I use it enough that it's okay. It keeps starting. I've not had to jump it since. Tried to jump it, but my little jump starter or jump pack just ain't enough. So this one will do the same thing, I'm almost certain, because it was dead the other day when I went to look at it. The auction guys had it up and running, and since it had been up and running when I got there about an hour early. Walked down there, flew the boom with the remotes. I knew everything worked. So, but since I knew everything worked and the radio remote was there and it all worked, I went ahead and ponied up a little extra money. So about $3,500 roughly more for an extra $10,000 option. So I can live with that. Dad will be happy. He's the one that runs it the most. He hates the operator pedestal on the back, especially if you're working off the back corner, because you got to try to reach behind you and run the controls. Just a bad deal. So worth it for his happiness for now. And let's talk about the other two trucks that I was looking at. So the other two trucks I was looking at, one was an Alltech DM 45-foot boom. One guy owned all three of those trucks, the little short 42-foot bucket, the DM 45, and then the polecat, the Pitman polecat. So, and he wanted 20 for all the trucks, not all three together. He wanted 20, 20, 20. Because I talked to him after they went past, because this one was the first one in line. So the way the auction runs, they run down that aisle, so I knew this one was going to go first. Ameren, Dad's worked here around Ameren. Their trucks are rusty and not always great shape, but they do maintain them pretty well. So I knew this was an Ameren truck. You can see the faded results of the decals on the side. So I didn't know what those other trucks were. They didn't look to be as well maintained, especially the Pitman. The Pitman was greasy, leaking. Turns out when somebody was there running that little 42-foot boom, which I don't understand why you would have a full-size truck chassis with only a 42-foot boom. That's a 55. Kind of like this. I don't understand why you put 42-foot booms on these when you could get a 47, but it's starting to rain. Anyway, that 42-foot boom, somebody was flying it, just kind of lifting it up out of the carry or out of the holder, and it was peeing hydraulic fluid underneath it while they were trying to fly the boom a little bit. The Alltech 45-foot digger, it was real slow to start, real long crank, and even when I turned it off that day I was checking it out, I went and started it back up just to see if it would start faster, because I could see maybe, all right, been sitting there a while, leaked off some fuel pressure. But again, another long crank right after it'd been running, so something's not happy in that injection system. So I wasn't gonna bid on that thing. And then the polecat, another guy there tried to get it running this morning, tried to fly the boom. He couldn't figure it out either. And the owner, as they were auctioning them off, they tried to package all three trucks, or choice on three trucks, and the bid wasn't anywhere near what it needed to be, so the owner just ran it up, because basically at this auction they don't do reserves, but the owner can run it up to where he wants it. Basically, it's kind of goofy, just to make sure they don't sell well under what they want, I guess. I don't know. But so he ran them up, or he ran it up and said all three, so he didn't even give it a chance to go on the other trucks. So he said, I talked to him afterwards, he said he had somebody in Wisconsin that maybe wanted them. I don't know, I didn't ask what his company name was or anything, but I think 20 was way too high, especially at this auction. Digger derricks, they'll go 30, but his weren't in that great of shape, so maybe that Alltech would have went 20. The Pitmans, there's just not many of them, so it's kind of an oddball, so I don't know that it would fetch 20. And these go cheap because they don't have the auger, so is what it is. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you could, give us a thumbs up, really help out the channel, and like and subscribe. We'll be using these or doing something with them. Can't keep them both. Got to make a plan. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.